Hello everyone, thank you for coming in today. This is Dr. PPD. I'm here at the Betway offices and I'm here to help you with your problems. Sean Me and a bunch of numbers asks, what is more important than having first pick or what is more important, having first pick or the first two picks? This is something that totally depends on your team's strategy. The team with the first, with the 2-3 pick has last pick, which some teams prefer, especially if they have a really impactful mid lane player. The team playing on first pick generally has better side lanes because you can kind of counterpick your opponents. You see 4 of their heroes when they only see 3 of yours. So you generally have better side lanes. And so if you have like a mid laner who really likes playing, there's a certain category of heroes, we call them like bully heroes, or they're these mid heroes that just go mid and don't really have a lot of bad matchups. So there's just different kind of strategies for being on first pick and being on second pick. So some teams like one, some teams like the other. Tongue DN30 asks, what things a support should do in late game combat when everyone has a BKB and you can't do anything? So late game, like team fighting as a support, you generally don't really have any, like you maybe have 1 to 2 items, but you're pretty poor and everyone else has 5 to 6 items and a BKB. If you're playing a support that doesn't have any BKB pierce, you generally just want to cast spells as you can and stay alive. You can't do any damage, you can't control anyone without your BKBs. And a lot of times the core heroes, your position 1s and 2s, they oftentimes lack a lot of disable and they generally have more damage. Because they can output really big numbers of damage. So it's really important that supports try to survive through the enemy team's BKBs and disable them when the BKBs run out, so your cores can jump on them and kill them. So it's generally just focus on positioning and don't feed. Don't just go out there and die. Sometimes on position 5 though, if you need to start a fight, you can just kind of run in. Having buyback is really nice for the situation because you can turn the fight with just 1 buyback. Nuance asks, what are your favorite heroes in this current meta, especially for support? My favorite heroes, well, I really like playing Furion, but I do think he's falling off a little bit. I really think Warlock is pretty fun to play and really strong right now. I think Chen is godlike and really like brokenly OP, and I like playing him because first off, I like playing Chen just because of the creep micro and stuff is always interesting, but also like when you get Chen, like it feels like you can't lose and winning is really great. Tile Hollett asks, what are things you do to keep your team morale up other than win? Yeah, winning is obviously the recipe for everything. Everyone gets happy when you win, no matter how difficult the wins can be. I try to cheer on my teammates when they make extraordinary plays in game. That's something that everyone on the team can really get behind. I don't really fake encourage teammates. Like everyone kind of sees through the bullshit. So everyone is, when somebody does something good, you say awesome and you can kind of get hyped up. After games, just try to always have, as a captain, you just always try to sound like you're prepared, even if like maybe you're not totally sure what's going on or what's going to happen in the next game. Just as long as I make it look like I'm focused and I know what I'm doing, everyone else can be confident and get behind that. KNNTHSO asks, have you ever played on C server? If you have, how do you cope with the players in C, especially with its toxicity? Sounds like you're probably from Southeast Asia, and I will let you know that every single server has this toxicity problem you're crying about. It's just remember that Dota is a game and you're trying to improve and focus on yourself, and griefers will grief and there's nothing you can do about it. So just either take a break from the game if it's upsetting you to the point where you have to tweet me about it, or just queue up in the next game and hope the same thing doesn't happen. Valve introduced actually an avoid players feature that you can use to hopefully avoid some of these toxic teammates you're talking about. DeKing8080 asks 5 good reasons as to why you should quit Dota. That's I don't know if you should quit Dota. I mean, as long as you like playing video games, Dota's a pretty fun one to get into, and it's got a whole community and an esports and a professional scene, and there's a lot of things you can do with Dota. But if you wanted to quit, maybe to have a life, get a girlfriend, get a job, go back to school, and not be so angry all the time, and that's it. I got 4 for you. Don't quit. You got this. Okay, so that's been our first session. Thank you for coming. Hopefully it was helpful. Subscribe to Betway to get an update on what's to come next.